How do you know that you're on your path? Because it disappears. That's how you know. How do you know that you're really doing something radical? Because you can't see where you're going. That's how you know. But everything you have lent on for your identity has gone. And so you are going to enter the black contemplative splendors of self-doubt at the same time as you're setting out on this radical new path. So you need to know how you know where you are. Poetry shows how incredibly precise it is in there. It was a story that would be told to a young boy or girl that would ask the question, what do I do when I'm lost in the forest? Here's the answer that the elder gives. You can feel from this how precise the teaching is. The elder says, stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Stand still. What do I do when I'm lost in the forest? Stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here, and you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. Listen. The forest breathes. It whispers, I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. You see, what's astonishing about that poem is you can say, there are three things in this poem, you see, that are absolutely clear. First of all, the elder says, you cannot sleepwalk your way into your destiny. You must wake up and pay attention. Stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. You must pay attention. Second stage is that in this teaching from the elder is this incredible feeling of silence. That unless you have this silence in your life, and you feel the silence in the poem, where he says, if you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. And I think what the elder is saying there is that if you pay real attention, unless you have silence, an ability for silence in your body to do that, then you will get too frightened. Because all the voices inside you will drown out any real change. You have 100 reasons not to make any real change, you see. And you've got all the voices and all the reasons not to do it. And so the ability for profound silence is being called on here. And then that attention can flower into something else.
The poem seems to be attempting to awaken a kind of intuitive sense.
That's right. And then this amazing last line, the forest knows where you are. You must let it find you.
Yeah. The forest knows who you are, so you must let it find you. Lost by David Wagner. What a beautiful, beautiful poem. This is actually what Psalms 46 verse 10, I do believe, is talking about. It says, be still and know that I am God. No matter what we go through in life, no matter where we find ourselves, we must be still, even when we're moving. It's actually a call to awareness, a call to focus, a call to what actually is, and that's God. See, this is God here, right? And when you see him, he'll tell you everything you need to know to get to where you gotta go, but you must listen. You see, what does this tell me? It tells me people have been here before, right? The trees tell me that this way was carved so that there'd be a path for someone to go. See, that's what this landscape, this setting tells me about where I am. See, this is God telling me this story here, right? And it is my duty. It's my duty in order to get to where I got to go to read this, to listen to it, right? See, listening requires faith. Listening requires you to let go of the worries, let go of the doubt, and pick up faith, right? Faith in the unknown of the words, of stepping on the foundation of the words of whoever's speaking, whoever's speaking to you, of the words of the speaker, right? Of the words of God himself, right? Faith is what Odysseus had on his voyage home in the Odyssey, which is a great movie, by the way. I suggest you guys go and watch it. This movie follows a Greek king named Odysseus trying to return home to Ithaca, I do believe, after the Trojan War. Sorry for the noise, the chickens are just going crazy this morning. But man, I remember watching this movie. He had every reason to feel hopeless. He had every reason to feel lost, but he kept going and kept a level of prudent awareness that saved his life. just wild. It was awesome to see. Odysseus was the only one to survive out of his whole crew because he was the only one to really listen. I just remember this awesome scene with Odysseus. He was speaking to this female spirit, and he said, "Why can't God speak in ways that we understand?" Right? And she was all like, "Who doesn't understand thunder, or fire, or the smile on a child's face after a good harvest?" Right? And she further went on to say, she went, "Look over there." She was all like, "Who's moving those clouds?" Right? She said, "Who's massing the birds? Who controls the sea?" Right? It was a beautiful scene, man. She was basically telling him, be still and know that God is. And that was the voice he was listening to the whole time, especially in order to get to where he was there, you know. But, you know, he just never knew like that, you know, which was kind of, you could see where once she said everything like that, how everything clicked. Odysseus would then later, of course, build up the faith that he needed in order to return home after a long, freaking grueling voyage, even to get to the point, you know, to that scene where, you know, he was talking to that female spirit. That was crazy. And you know what? Not only was Odysseus a good example of faith and perseverance, but his wife was too. You know, after fighting off, she spent 20 years fighting off suitors, people who were trying to replace her husband, because the throne was empty the whole time while he was gone in Ithaca. And she was struggling to fight off these suitors, and she was struggling with, you know, contemplating whether or not she should remarry because he's been gone for so long. And she just kept holding on until finally he returned home. It was beautiful thing, beautiful stuff. The Odyssey is a beautiful movie, guys. I really do suggest you guys go and check it out. And I feel like, you know, it really does have it's a really good example of perseverance and faith that I feel like you guys would really admire. And lastly, if any of you guys are really struggling with your perseverance and faith in life, I hold alignment calls. These calls are usually about an hour to an hour and a half long. And what we do in the calls is we break down your name. We find out, you know, the significance of the meaning of your name. And what we do is we take that, we put it aside. Then I ask you 8 questions that are specifically tailored to find out what your purpose is in life. And we take both of those and we create a 3-step ABC template for you to refer to on your journey in life. And you can refer to that at any time. It'll make sure that you're staying in line with God, and you can actually see him in your life through that paper, and it'll make you aware every step in life, you know. Sorry if you can't see me, the shadows the sun's coming out right now. I tried to beat the sun, the overcast of the sun, you know what I mean? But anyway, yes, I hold these alignment calls. I will be putting a link in the description to them, to message me about them if you guys have any questions. But if you guys are interested in having one with me, just comment the word alignment and I will message you guys back with the details. The first 2 people who do that will be getting free alignment calls, okay? And then the rest will be having to pay for them. They're just $50, which is a pretty good price for what you're getting. I am mainly doing this to get ready for the launch of my new book. It's called God Makes No Mistakes, a guide to realigning your purpose realigning your life with the purpose the divine purpose. See, I need to get this in order. Sorry about that. It's so early. I need to wake up, and I almost gave up just talking just a minute ago. But anyways, it's called God Makes No Mistakes, a guide to realigning your life with the divine purpose that God secured within you, right? It's a pretty long title, but it's all worth it. I'm super excited for that book. You know, book is basically doing the same thing as the alignment call. It actually mentions it in there, but it's a book about realigning your life. You know, it's a book about just reinstilling the faith in people, and overcoming fear, you know, and doubt, and looking at your obstacles as something that is actually fine-tuning you so that you can be built for your purpose, your calling. You know what I mean? And just bringing all of that in as one big giant teaching to develop your heart, develop your soul, so that you can, you know, develop a stronger relationship, a stronger bond with God, be able to see him, understand his voice, be able to communicate with him, and to be able to see life as something that is more intentional than it is something that's just happening to you. You know what I mean? So awesome. I'm glad. This is my first video in a while. I'm glad to be back. But yes, I'm just relieved that this is all done. I got 2 books done. 2 books I have written and are done. So I'm very happy right now. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. Make sure to comment. And of course, subscribe to your boy. I got plenty of content coming soon, and that I feel like you guys enjoy. Some more original content rather than just bits of me talking, but some more original content. That is, seeing what the lesson learned that we can learn in movies, in different video games, to TV shows, reacting to videos, many things like that. So much more original content coming soon. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for your time. Shalom.
So I had a call from Zephaniah last night, and he kind of went over the different historical and biblical meanings of my name, and it actually was a pretty amazing experience that I did with him. He was really intuitive about what my name means and like what kind of journey God has me on, and I really appreciated talking to him and like kind of diving more into like my own personal being, and I definitely recommend somebody to go and see him and to talk to him, because it was such a great experience, and I think it will really change your life if you book something with him to go over your meanings and stuff. Yeah, he was really great. Like, he dove into the history of it, and he even threw in a little biological terminology for you too. So yeah, he's amazing, and definitely a 10 out of 10 recommend for his services.